What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about losing focus in life and how it's actually a really easy thing to do. So one of the main reasons that people can lose focus in life is to do with time, and that can be going two ways. So either you can have not spent enough time in something. So let's say I always go through this list again. So if you're trying to get a better physique, if you're trying to improve your businesses, if you're trying to study for something, those sorts of things, then you might lose focus if you haven't been pursuing this habit or this hobby or this path for a long enough time, because you don't actually know what to focus on. So that's the first way that time can impact focus. The second way is actually contra, if against you how you would think. Spending too much time in a field can affect your focus, because you lose your focus and you essentially, let me give you an example. So when you're a child and you first learn to walk, your eyes are really you're really focusing on what you're doing, and when you're a bit older, you just walk on autopilot. So likewise, if you've been at the same job for a long time, if you've been doing the same sort of things in your life every day, then actually what happens is you kind of just end up, it becomes like a mindless numb routine that you just go through, and you can spend a long time, like unless you check, you can go like weeks or months without even thinking about your dreams, your goals, anything that you want to work on in the long term. So that's another way in which you can lose focus. And I'd just like to tell you a quick example of losing focus. So I remember, I did talk about the child, but I remember when I was learning to drive, and I'm sure when other people were learning to drive as well, when you're first steering the car and you always inherently steer too much towards the curb or towards the other side. And I remember asking my driving instructor, oh no, why is this happening? How do I stop this? And he said, what you have to do is you have to look where you want the car to go. And then when you drive instinctively, it goes that way, because that's the way you're subconsciously aiming for, basically. Whereas if you just look too much to the sides, or the pavement, the roads, the other side, you're gonna steer into those areas as well. So likewise, if you don't look where you're going, if you have no purpose in life, then you're not going to be able to focus on those things that you want. And that's why it's really important, because actually, so you think the lesson just ends there when you're a learner driver, but then as you eventually drive and you become more confident, then what happens is it becomes, like I said, how the child is able to walk subconsciously. You're then able to drive subconsciously, so you don't have to pay as much attention. I'm not encouraging bad road safety or anything like that, or bad habits, but you've all seen it, like your parents driving, or anyone older who's been driving for a long time. They tend to be able to eat or multitask while they're driving, because it's become a subconscious habit. So because it's become a subconscious habit, they no longer have to focus as intently, which in a way is a good thing, because it means they can focus on other things. But in that sense, in life, you can sometimes become too comfortable and you can lose your focus. So that's why I wanted to make this video about how to keep your focus, or actually mainly it wasn't about how to keep your focus, it was mainly about ways in which you end up losing your focus and the reasons why. And I'm going to make a better video on how to improve your focus, because I just read this book called Hyperfocus by Chris Bailey. It was really one of the best books I've read this year, so look forward to that, guys. Take care, peace out, follow for more amazing content, master your feelings, master yourself.